I threw up. It's a 1 mile run with a boat on your head. I threw up for a mile and a little bit because we ran all the way to the O course, and we did the O course with our boat. Yeah. And I threw up all the way through that O course, hauling the boat around, and then I've got no fuel in the tank. That was a long, long day. Yeah, I remember that. And then remember the other things about hallucinating. Lion's Lope. Getting mad at my paddle. I remember it though. My paddle's not, making us go. I'm trying hard. That this paddle should make me go faster. Remembering paddle prayers.
What's paddle prayers?
So they would put us together around in a circle.
Oh, so we have paddle above the other guy's head.
You got your paddle. Yeah. You got your paddle, so you're like this. And when you fall asleep, it hits the other. You try and catch yourself, and you whack the dude in front of you. It's like, is that in the program? Yeah. I was a really motivated young, number one bow line man. The guy that jumps out on the rock portage and anchors the boat. Said, I wanted to be that guy. Yep.
That's the spot, man.
That's the spot.
Get in there. Let's do this.
And when that boat's upside down on your head, that's the spot too, because you're taking some serious weight.
Yeah, that's a dangerous evolution in big waves, man. Good old rock portage.
We didn't have helmets. Yeah. We had K-Pox, big, giant, horribly uncomfortable life jackets. Wow, now they got helmets. I noticed they took the stump jump completely out now.
Yeah.
They reduced the stumps first, and now the stumps are all gone and they're tires.
Yeah.
And that's because that's a mental thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew the right stumps to jump on. It's just that all the fear of falling. Yeah. And I don't remember anybody falling. I don't know that somebody fell and they hit their head. I don't know what
Echo, this is on the obstacle course. Mm-hmm. One of the first, I guess it was actually the second obstacle. You go across that dip bar thing.
Right.
And then you'd hop off and there'd be telephone poles caught off at various heights in the ground like stumps. Yeah. And you would have to jump from stump to stump to stump, and they'd kind of increase in heights. And the last one was depending on which route. If you took the right route, which everybody knew, the last one was the tallest one. Had to jump a little bit further for it, and then you could jump. You jump up onto this, grab this wall, this low wall, which was probably like 10 feet tall or something like that.
From the stump.
Oh, but it did take like what's commitment. Commitment to jump from stump to stump. Yeah. And it got you used to committing.
Yeah. Right.
And now it's just tires like you see on a football field. You run the tires.
Oh, you're right about that psychological part.
Right. There's a fear of falling. It's just like, if you focus on the stump that you might fall on, you're not looking at the stump that you want. Yeah. Like if are you skiers?
Yeah.
If you ski with a helmet on, and then you take your helmet off, you ski slower, especially if you ski in the trees. I mean, if you're skiing in the trees, and if you're looking for the gaps, you're good to go. If you're looking for the trees that you don't want to hit, you're going to find that tree.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of thing. It's a psychological thing, to get you moving forward.
Yep. And they got helmets now too that they wear all the time, which is weird too, because like even during Hell Week they wear helmets.
Really?
Which is, to me, the agony of that boat grinding on your head was like a huge part of what sucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, guys lost some serious, because you're getting, your head, you're getting some serious sunburn. You don't have a whole bunch of hair.
Yeah.
Your head's getting blistered. It's a psychological part of it, man, I don't know if I'd want to wear a helmet or not, actually.
Yeah.
Might keep you a little warm, I don't know.
So once you got done with Hell Week, you're in the rest of Buds. Was there any other major challenges for you there?
Eating dry out at the island.
Would you say eating dry?
Yeah. So, at least one meal a day, you had to either do the pull-ups, the Frog Hill run, or the rope climb.
Mm-hmm. What, did you suck at something?
Pull-ups.
Okay.
I could not. Yeah, gravity. Rope climb's fine because you use your legs, technique. But man, I ate wet a lot on pull-up day. It was funny because for whatever reason, I never did pull-ups growing up, and that was the island was second phase for me.
Yeah.
Then it switched
changed.
eventually. Yeah. We're back to it, I guess. So, yeah, eventually, I mean, I became a pull-up freak, you know, as a big guy. You know, I think even after my shoulder surgeries, I did, you know, 26 something pull-ups like 6 months later. It's like, it's a personal challenge. But yeah, so pull-ups was one, you know, running, not a great runner, you know, swimming, but, you know, you're swimming, you know. Yeah, not a top performer by any means, but just kept going forward, you know, and you know, just all you had to do is perform, you know, pass, you know, but perform, you know, not tying, normally no factor. We did it in the dive tower.
Well, how deep?
Well, the rope's same depth at 10 feet. Zinke took me down to 50 feet. And we just hung out there and looked at each other. And till he was, you know, tired. And then we came up to the top, and there is a set, you know, it's all set what you're supposed to be doing. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're ready to go? Yeah, ready to go. You know, and we went down, and then we came back up, you know, and bam, next knot. Then we're back down again, and back up and down. No, so I failed that. Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that's interesting. What I remember about some of the breath holding stuff, like 50-meter underwater swim. You're going to buds. You're like, that's no big deal. I could do that. And not tying. Oh, it's like, it's 9 feet. Go down there, tie a knot. But you're in buds, because of everything that's going on, you're constantly like beat down. So you almost always have a cough. You kind of have a cold. You kind of have like mucus. You're always like that. You're always tired. Like a 4 mile timed run. 4 mile timed run. First phase was 32 minutes. 4 mile timed run. You look at that on paper on the outside, you're like, well, what's that? That's a freaking, well, you know, I could do that, no problem. Then you get in there, you got boots on, you got pants on, you're running in the soft sand, and the run is not 4 miles. It's like 4.2 miles, 4.4 miles, 4.5 miles.
Right.
And then, and what'd you do the night before? The night before that morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 mile time run, you did, you know, 1,000 8-count bodybuilders, or you did buddy carries up and down the berm. So everything is harder than you think it's going to be in buds. It's not what's on paper. It's what actually happens is harder.
Yeah, no, you didn't get to eat, but you had to run to chow, and you had to go through the line and touch the hamburger that you want to eat. But there was no time to actually eat it. You know, you wasted time running all the way, but you must go there to do that. But there's no time to actually sit down and eat. And then you run and you go do the evolution, because you have to be at the evolution on time.